If anything I say in this video upsets you, offends you, or you feel as though you're being targeted, you might have toxic masculinity. Get into it. What's good? It's your boy King Kris, and I'm back with another video. Yes, welcome everybody, welcome my kings and queens, and welcome any newcomers to King Kris's channel. Welcome to the palace, everybody. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also make sure to leave a like, leave any positive comments that you may want to, and remember to share this shit with your friend, family member, dog, cat, pastor, whomever. Share it. So today I'm not going to give too much of introduction. I just want to get into this topic of toxic masculinity. So basically, as some people know, we are in the 21st century, and because we are in the 21st century, we are given more tools to understand, you know, certain behaviors and certain things that people back then in other centuries, other decades, other eras weren't knowledgeable on. So today's topic is about toxic masculinity and what that looks like, and how people have been trained to basically act in certain ways that aren't necessarily favorable to society as a whole. So if you don't know what toxic masculinity is, basically it's traditional and cultural norms that are meant for men, but in many ways actually hurt and destroy men, and it can hurt and destroy the society at large and women. So there are many different traits, many different characteristics that encompass toxic masculinity, but today I want to focus on just a few, because this needs to be talked about and this needs to be discussed, because y'all out here acting a daggone fool, and somebody needs to tell y'all about yourselves to let y'all know that maybe you have toxic masculinity. And I'm not here to attack, I'm here to inform, I'm here to educate, and I'm here to give light to what is going on out there. So let's get into this toxicity. Has anybody ever heard the phrase, boys will be boys, or suck it up, be a man, boys don't cry? If you have heard that and you yourself have, you know, uttered those words, you got toxic masculinity. And what I mean by that is toxic masculinity in reference to people's emotions, men's emotions especially. It tells men that they are not supposed to feel anything, that they're not supposed to feel any type of, or even allow themselves to feel this type of emotion that's outside of, you know, aggression, anger. You're not supposed to feel sad. You're not supposed to feel, let's say, I don't want to say incompetent, but you're not supposed to feel any other type of emotion but aggression and anger. And I think that's toxic, because you have a lot of men out here who act on that, who act on aggression and anger, who are beating other men, who are beating their children and abusively, and beating on women. It's like, y'all gotta stop. No, that's not acceptable. No. And the thing is, you guys, I know, especially in my community, in the black community, in my upbringing, we are taught as men to not cry, to not you know, show vulnerability, which I think is very detrimental to a young male, or just a male in general, to their psyche and to their emotional health, because you have men out here who go through stuff. We are still human beings, and so as humans you have emotions, and sometimes you gotta cry it out. You just gotta let it go. You gotta be vulnerable with your partner, or even, you know, just yourself, and say, I'm hurting right now and this is what that pain feels like, so I'm gonna let it out. Let it out, dudes. There is nothing on this earth it's nothing wrong with like crying. There's no like bad things that come from crying. Actually, crying is helpful to your health, because you're getting rid of those, you know, toxins or whatever. You're getting all that dirt and stuff out your eyes and whatnot. So I think that's right. I looked it up on WebMD, so who knows what I know. But what I'm saying is, it's okay to cry, you guys. And women, also, I want to talk to you, because a lot of women, unfortunately, they also perpetuate the whole idea of toxic masculinity by telling guys that they shouldn't cry. When some women see guys who are becoming vulnerable or who are crying or who are feeling low, they look at those guys, they look at them like they're weak, and it's like, that's not the case, baby girl. That guy is not weak. He's showing you vulnerability, which a lot of women ask for, and you're, you know, belittling him. You're making fun of him because he's being open about how he feels. So my thing is, guys, if you're out there and you feel as though you're not supposed to cry, I'm sorry, but you've been told a lie. You've been told falsehood. It's okay, you guys. It's okay to open up. It's okay to be honest about how you feel. It's okay to talk about it. Guys, a lot of times they don't want to talk, and it's like, well, how are things gonna get resolved if you don't speak up about how you feel? That don't make sense. Make it make sense, Sway. It don't. So make sure you guys are, you know, trying to practice better ways of showcasing vulnerability and showcasing, you know, how you've been hurt. And don't do it by hurting somebody else. Hurt people. And if you're truly hurting, make sure you get that help. Make sure you get that guidance. Make sure you get that person or thing that's good and positive to get you in the right state of mind, to get you in the right emotional state, because you don't want to be hurting for years and unfortunately hurting other people. You don't want to do that. So get yourself together. Stop with this toxic idea that men aren't supposed to cry. Men are supposed to just, you know, be these emotionless beings. And go get help, people. Get help, because you need it. Homophobia. You niggas out there who are homophobic, y'all gotta cut that out. Y'all gotta chill. I say this. A dude who is very homophobic and very outright about their homophobia is either one of few things. One, he might be in the closet and he just don't want nobody to tell, you know, that he's in the closet. He don't want nobody to know. And so, you know, he's very repulsed by his feelings. He's like, oh no, I'm not gay. And he's gonna act out on it by talking about other people who are queer, and he's gonna, you know, make fun of them because of how he feels about himself. And it's like, no, don't do that, dude. That's wrong. That's completely disrespectful. And also, some people who are homophobic are that way because that's what they've been taught. And it's like, my thing is this: you should not judge somebody else's character. You should not judge somebody else's life based upon who they choose to love. Just because some dude or girl wanna, you know, love a dude or girl, that don't mean you gotta hate on them. You ain't gotta be a hater, dude. You ain't gotta be a hater, Darnell. You don't have to hate on these people. Homophobia is one thing that toxic masculinity really, you know, fuels, because anything that's considered feminine, anything that's considered like not manly, not masculine, is like gay to people. And it's like, no, that's not gay. Just because some guys are a little more flamboyant, some guys are a little more feminine, some guys are gay, some guys are bisexual, some guys are whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that they're less of a man, they're less of a male. That just means they have a different way of expressing themselves. They have a different way of loving. It's like, you people who are homophobic, y'all got issues. And homophobia is not cool whatsoever, because to belittle somebody else for who they choose to love is like, dude, what is your problem? Like, do you not love yourself? Do you not understand that love is a good thing? Do you not understand that it's okay to love another individual? Or are you just so fixated on fucking everybody and getting your numbers up? I want to know what's good. And like I said, those dudes who are really homophobic and really outlandish about it, y'all know who y'all are. And no tea, no shade, but a lot of them be the gayest ones. I know I know a few who homophobic on the outside but want to have some dick on the inside. I'm not a heterosexual person. I don't claim to be anything. I'm just not heterosexual, so just so you know that. But anyway, I've had plenty of dudes tell me or act different around me because I'm not heteronormative, I'm not heterosexual. Dude, I've been called faggot, I've been ridiculed for whatever, ridiculed before liking a dude. I've just been treated all kind of ways, and come to find out, a lot of the guys that would treat me that way, they were on the low sucking dick or taking dick. Now that's tea, but that's another story for another day. Look, stop the homophobia, quit it, cut it out. It's not cool, it's not okay, and that's toxic masculinity. We not doing that. Cut it, period. Y'all niggas stink. Y'all do. And a lot of y'all stink because y'all don't take care of your personal hygiene. Okay, yes, put on deodorant. Some of y'all don't do that. Put toothpaste on the toothbrush, not just water. You know, scrub it up, dub. Take a shower, please, with soap and water, okay? And then also, you guys have to understand that cleaning your booty hole is important. Now let me just give y'all an example. There was a young man who told someone that he does not believe in cleaning his booty. And you know me, I'm like, ew, what the fuck? Like, you don't clean your booty hole, that is nasty. But he was like, he don't clean his butt because he doesn't want anything to go down there. He feels as though that's gay. That is some real toxic masculinity and some real homophobic shit. How you think cleaning your booty, your chocolate tunnel, your caboose, how you think that's gay? Like, now I'm thinking this nigga booty stain is just full of shit, and ew, who want that? A straight girl don't want it, and a gay guy don't want. Nobody wants a dirty booty. So please, guys, please invest in hygiene. And just because a guy grooms himself, just because a guy takes care of his skin, his eyebrows, his fingers, his toes, his body, does not make that dude any less of a man. It's okay for a man to take care of his body, take care of how he looks, how he dresses, how he presents himself. There is nothing wrong with a good looking, smelling, clean booty. Man, there's nothing wrong with that. But society is like, oh no, guys are supposed to be dirty. They're supposed to, you know, smell like a man. I've smelled some men before and I said, ooh, you stay. Where's the dove? Where's the soap? And these niggas didn't even come from like training or anything, from practice. They just walk around stinking. It's like, now, we gotta fix that. So my thing is, guys, if you are one of those people who shame other dudes for, you know, taking care of themselves, bump you, dude. Like, how you can't be mad at the dude for taking care of his skin, taking care of his teeth, taking care of his eyebrows, his mustache, his beard, his hair, all that. You can't shame him. And girls, I'm just gonna let y'all know too, I know some of y'all preference, y'all like, I don't want to do who look you know, better than me. I don't want to do who a little, you know, more feminine, more girly than me. Just because a dude, you know, takes a lot of time on himself to look good and be presentable does not mean he's less masculine. That just means he want to take care of what God has given him, what his parents have given him, his physique. If you think taking care of yourself is feminine and less masculine, then unfortunately, my friend, you might have toxic masculinity expression. Look, I'm gonna be the first to tell you, me, King Kris, I am feminine and I have my masculine ways and I am flamboyant. That's just what it is. That's that. But my thing is this, when it comes down to how one, you know, expresses themselves as a male, as a man, there is no one all fits all. There's no like, oh, this is exactly how you're supposed to express yourself as a male. This is the only way. Every dude expresses themselves, every male expresses themselves differently. And some dudes are a little more feminine, some dudes are a little more flamboyant, some dudes are, you know, a little more reserved, some dudes are a little more, you know, out there. Some are loud, some are quiet. Everybody's different. So my thing when it comes to society, stop trying to put everybody in a box. Stop trying to, you know, put all these men into this one little box that makes you feel secure and be like, oh yeah, that's what man is. Man is a spectrum. And when I say a spectrum, I mean like there's so many different types of men out there who express themselves differently. Me, I'm gonna use me for example. I'm loud as hell. I am a loud dude. Like anybody who really know me know I'm loud, I'm lit, and I'm flamboyant. Like that's just what it is. I'm very animated and I'm dramatic. But that does not make me less of a male. That doesn't make me less of a man. That doesn't make me, you know, less masculine. It's just I express myself differently. And those dudes who are more feminine in their expressions, that doesn't make them less of a dude. That doesn't make them less of a male. That's just how people are. And I'm just tired of people thinking that men are supposed to be, you know, this one type of thing. And it's like, no, we're different. How is it that women can be all kind of things? They can be, you know, tomboys and this, that, and all of the other, but men are just supposed to be this one minute thing, this one shoe fits all type thing. That's not how this works. We are all personalities, we are all different characters, and we all have different upbringing. Let that nigga be him. You dudes and females, y'all women, let that boy be him. And if you can't mess with him because of what other reason outside of, you know, his expression of himself, then okay, leave him. But other than that, don't shame somebody else because they choose to express themselves differently. That's wrong. Stop judging people out here, you judgmental bitches. Misogyny, sexism, it's gotta stop, people. Okay, so if you don't know what misogyny is, it's basically the hatred of women. Basically the mistreatment of women, the prejudice towards women. And sexism is also, it also kind of plays into that. Sexism is when, you know, people, not just men, but when people look down on women. And that's the form of toxic masculinity, is when you look at women as one object, a sexual object for your pleasure. I can't tell you how many dudes will talk about a girl as if she's only like this toy, this thing to, you know, fuck, to get off on. It's like, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna fuck her, you know, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. You little dick whore. How you just gonna look at this girl and think she's just, you know, a sex toy? Like, no, she's a human being. Treat her as such. And dudes, if y'all out here who do just want to have sex, go for those girls who just want to have sex, okay? Don't go for no chick and try to objectify her. A chick that actually wants to be, you know, in a relationship. No, that's not cool. That's not okay. And, you know, society, it portrays this objectification of women on media. It's like, those Hardee's commercials, all you see is, you know, women, they like half naked and they be eating them good looking burgers. I don't know how they taste, but the burgers be looking good as fuck. But it's an objectification of women because you're just showing women as a marketing tool, as a product alongside your Hardee's burgers. And I know sex sells, but damn, you ain't gotta sell women too. She ain't a prostitute. So my thing is, if you also have, you know, friends who participate in misogynistic or sexist behavior, call them out on it. Tell them, hey, bruh, or even girl, hey, you gotta chill with all that sexism because that's not cool, that's not Gucci. Sexism looks a lot like when a young lady, a young woman is talking and a guy just like shuts her down. He's like, I don't want to hear what you got to say. I'm not trying to, you know, hear what a woman has to say. Well, sexism is more so when it's directed towards women as, you know, a whole in general. It's like, no, that's wrong. Women have voices, women have things to say too. So how you gonna be like, I don't wanna hear what you gotta say because you're a woman? Who are you, Theodore? Who are you, Timmy? Who are you, Latrice? Is that a man name? I don't know. Tyrese? Like, who are you to tell a woman to shut up? No, I'm not here for it. So if you have somebody who is misogynistic, if you have somebody who is sexist, you gotta determine whether or not you wanna, you know, kick it with them or, you know, call them out on their, you know, BS behavior. Because there should be no reason as to why we still have this sexism going on. I mean, yeah, there are reasons, but we should not keep allowing sexism and misogynistic behaviors to happen because it's not cool. And unfortunately, for ethnic minority groups, especially black women, they experience sexism and misogynistic behaviors a lot. And on top of that, they experience racism. And black women, I'm gonna talk to y'all especially, y'all experience all that type of stuff from everybody. I can't tell you how many people look at black women as this, you know, commodity, as this object, as this person that's just gonna like feed their sexual fantasies, their desires. And it's like, yeah, she's black and she might have a high sex, you know, appetite, sexual appetite, but at the end of the day, she's still a human being. So treat her as such. Don't just be like, I'm gonna fuck that black girl and that's it. Okay, that's kind of rude. And even like black guys, some black guys, they look at black women and they're like, I'm gonna fuck her and that's it. I don't really mess with black women on a relationship type level, but I'm just gonna fuck her. Dude, if you're black and you're just gonna fuck a black woman, I'm sorry, but there's got to be some sort of self-hatred in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you hate your mama, your sister, your grandma. I don't know what it is, but for you to say that type of stuff about your own kind, your black women, your black female counterparts, what's going on? That's kind of like a fetish, ain't it? Isn't it? So if you have somebody out here who is misogynistic, who is sexist, call them out on their shit. Call these niggas out. Call these women out for the bull that they be on, people. Call them out. Call that bitch out. So that's pretty much what I had to say. You niggas who are out there, and when I say niggas in this context, I mean just people in general. When y'all are out there practicing toxic masculinity, guys, just check yourself, okay? Check what it is that you're doing. Check how it is that you're treating other people. Check how it is that you're also treating yourself. Toxic masculinity is just that, toxic. It's not helpful. It's not beneficial towards anything. It's not gonna, you know, make you look any better, make you look any cooler. It's actually very detrimental to not just, you know, maybe your physical health, but also your psychological and your emotional health. So guys, please take the time to address maybe the toxic traits that you have as a male and as a woman, as a female, because unfortunately women also practice in this toxic masculinity idea. And so guys, if you like the video, please make sure to hit that like button. If you have some ideas of what toxic masculinity may look like, please put it in the comment section. If you have any comments regarding what it is that I've said in this video about toxic masculinity, please let me know. I would love to hear it. And also make sure to share it. And if you are a person who has a toxic masculinity practicing friend and you don't feel comfortable telling them about themselves, send this video to them, share it with them, let them know, and also share some other videos that you may see on YouTube, and share some articles about it, because toxic masculinity is not helping people. It's not like the worst thing on earth, but it's definitely not the best thing, I can tell you that. So like I said, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, and if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. And like I say all the time, people, make sure you love, live, laugh. This has been your boy King Kris. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.